Good morning. It's super early again. And my eyes are still stuck together. Can I just say that I so appreciate my early morning meditations and time to reflect and time to think, because I haven't had it in so long. And it's just so healing, so refreshing. I can't put into words how beneficial it is to me as a person. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about our worth here on earth. And why we think we are here and how we got here, and I pulled a card on it when I went down to make my cup of tea, and it pretty much answers what I was going to talk about as well, which I love when the universe confirms things for me. And before I show you the card, I just want to talk about why I want to talk about this. So yesterday, I literally had every second of my day planned out, every second of it, and it was all work, and it was all business related, and all very all my worst things rolled into a day, really. On the phone, researching, asking questions, finding the information, speaking to people, organising, very analytical, maths, do the sums add up, all that kind of thing. And yesterday, in theory, would have propelled my business on massively. Massively. In one day, I had so much planned, and you know, if I would have met all my criteria, then it would have been a really successful day on paper, and I would have been lots of steps ahead. But the day didn't go to plan whatsoever. A morning walk with a friend lasted until lunchtime, after lunchtime. We talked from 9 in the morning until after lunch, non-stop. There was no break. I think we shoveled a piece of cake into our faces as we were talking, and that was it. And I went to a really quick meeting in town, which lasted about 10 minutes. And then I came away and ended up having another 2 hour, probably over 2 hour conversation with another friend. Both conversations were completely different, but the sort of underlying tone for both conversations was exactly the same. And this is why I wanted to share it with you, because I'm just going to say it how I think I'm going to say it. Whether you understand it or not is whether you understand it or not. I'm sure there's a lot of things on YouTube that you can watch that go over people's heads. So I'm just going to say what I think. So in the first conversation, I was talking very much about our worth here and what it actually took to get us here. Like, for me and my journey and my sole purpose was to understand the magnificence and the power and the wonder of myself, and to help others understand those things about themselves. And there's a million ways that happens. There's a million paths to take to come to that conclusion. But that is, in short, that is why I feel like I am here. And I think if we actually sat down and tried to understand what it took for us to be sat here right now, what it took for you to be sat here watching this video, watching me talking, is pretty amazing if you think about it. Like, we were talking about our ancestors, and I was saying about, like, my granddad in the Second World War, and his ship was the HMS Formidable, and he was actually under attack of kamikaze pilots, and he still made it home a very long time after everybody else got home. And that trauma of what he went through obviously lived in him his whole life, and he could have quite easily have been killed. He could have died on the journey. There's 1,000 things there's millions of variables of what could have happened just to that one man. But he managed to get home to my mum, and my mum got through her life and all her trials and tribulations to meet my dad. And then, all the things that my dad's family went to. They were in London in the Blitz. And even I mean, I don't want this to go on for ages about my ancestral history and stuff, but even just them two things, and I mean like on a 3D level, just the physicalities of getting those two entities together to meet, and then to be able to, I mean, I wasn't, the family story is that I wasn't even meant to be, I wasn't planned. My mum was 39 when she had me, and my dad was like another 8 years older. They were done with the whole making babies. And the story is that my that I wasn't planned. And I always say that the universe chose me. The universe, you had no choice in the matter. The universe chose me because I don't think I was meant to be here. I do think I was chosen, and that's not an egotistical thing to think. We were all chosen. I see this in so many other people, in so many other families. My son was over 10 years, over 10 years I was dreaming for my son and wishing for my son. After 2 operations and IVF, that's how my son came to be. And that's just the physicalities, not all the other things, all the forces at work for us to be here right now. and I getting up opening my eyes on a morning, and whether you're lying next to somebody or not is an absolute blessing. Every morning my son used to run in, and as much as it was horrible him jumping on my head, to me it was it's a complete blessing that you get to do that. I'm going to cry. I get really emotional when I think about the magnitude of our lives and why we're here, and the amazingness of it all. And the reason why I get upset is because I feel like so many people don't feel that about themselves. And it hurts. It hurts me, it wounds me when people don't realise how amazing that they are. It really does, it really hurts me. And at one point in my life, I didn't feel this way. I really didn't feel this way. I felt completely the opposite, and I wanted to stop being me, and and trying to end my life, and all that kind of stuff. And now that I feel completely the opposite, like completely the opposite, when I see people that don't see the wonder that is inside of them and around them, and the absolute awe of what life can be and what their lives could be like, it really does wound me deeply, because I understand, I completely empathise with that pain. And I think it's only when you get to that point that you can truly understand that in another person. And this whole journey of healing that I have been on, and I feel like, I mean, I don't believe in the whole sort of spiritual game about ascension and things like that. I think it's very egotistical. This is another conversation that we were having yesterday. The whole sort of spiritual enlightenment and being woke and all this kind of thing, I just find the whole vocabulary around it very egotistical and almost like segregating, isolation, when really the whole idea is to bring you together. I prefer to use expansion, because I feel like as you wake up, let's just say, or come to the conclusion that you are more than just a body walking round, and that you have a soul and a much deeper meaning to your life and your purpose, is that you expand, that you feel more, that you are more accepting, that you are more empathetic, that you understand, that you have compassion. All these kind of things to me is expansive. It's, you're opening yourself up, and it takes bravery to do that, and to be so vulnerable. And sorry, I'm just watching a bird. Yeah, and I truly, 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 truly believe more than anything else that it's in this becoming expansive that we can really help each other and really help others understand who we are, and really make proper lasting change within our families, within our communities, and with the wider community. I feel like opening up and realizing that how beautiful that we all are, you know, cracks and eye bags and all, that's how we help one another. And both conversations I had yesterday really cemented that for me at polar ends of the spectrum. I'll not go into the conversations because it just, as I'm sitting here this morning and I'm thinking about all that was spoken about, I hope that the two people that I spoke to understand how magnificent that they both are, and I hope that you guys out there are starting to realise that as well. And so coming back to my day yesterday, my successful day on paper turned out to be 2 very, very long conversations. Does that mean that I am less successful? Does that mean that my worth on this earth is less? Because I don't think it does. And I came away yesterday feeling so magnificent and so wonderful and so blessed and so grateful to even be able to have that time to talk to those people and have those people in my life and think about what it took for those people to get to where they are so that I could have that conversation with him. This is how my mind works. It's cuckoo. Maybe not cuckoo. But yeah, this I pulled a card. And my wonderful friend got me these. And it says, I help balance the feminine aspect within you, male and female, to let your true beauty shine and to just be without judgment. And I just think that's just so perfect for my day yesterday. And it says, Pallas Athena connects your soul's purpose to a spiritual heart, intensifies your desire to be all that you can be, gives power to manifesting that desire. Be clear and careful what you wish for, assists you in discerning what you wish to manifest, and gives you the strength needed to follow your soul's path, creates deep inner change to open up your creative joy. And just to close, our success, our worthiness is already within us just by being here in this moment right now. We are completely magnificent and wonderful and truly, truly, truly blessed to be here in this moment. And take some time today to maybe talk to your parents or do a bit of digging into your ancestry, or talk to the people you love and realise how amazing, and how unique and fated your existence is. And if nobody told you yesterday or this morning, I think you're wonderful. Have the best day.